today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to be looking at a pedal from TL Pedals, which is one of our favorite super duo builders. Tim and his daughter Brielle Lewis make some great pedals. We featured a lot of them on the show. This one is robust, dynamic.
It's a king of all.
It is. It's something like that. It's the King Klone. So big, 2 pedals in one, big enclosure, big gorilla on the front. A take on 2 very classic circuits, often...
Right. Repeated by many.
Yes.
You know, and I know he's in the process of kind of redesigning. If you look at his Instagram page, I think there's even been some pictures of like him reworking the circuit board to get it in a smaller enclosure. So in the future, they're going to be a little bit smaller. Not sure what the artwork is going to look like yet. Well, not even sure what the name is.
If it gets a little smaller to be a chimpanzee, if it gets it down to a mini pedal, it'll be like a capuchin monkey, like the one on Friends.
Not even sure what the name,
right?
Because it's going to be not what's on the pedal now. Probably King Klone. Not positive. Great pedal. 2 things. 2, like you said, very famous circuits. Mm-hmm. We have a friend in Nashville who has fallen in love with TL pedals and has bought a lot of TL pedals. And he picked up one of these, loaned it to a friend, ended up, I think he owns 2 of them now.
Right.
And I think his friend owns 2 of them now. And, you know, I'm going to name drop.
I'm usually the one doing it. But
I'm going to name drop. Tim has it on his page. Tim has talked to him several times, says he's a really, really super nice guy, really down-to-earth guy. It was Gordon Kennedy in Nashville that bought 2 of them. And Gordon, you would be more familiar with him than I am, but I know he's been touring with Garth Brooks, and his father is Nashville
royalty.
Yeah.
His father, Jerry.
So, long history of guitar playing in Nashville with that.
The guy who has access to the best has the originals of at least one of the half of this pedal. Liked it enough that he ordered 2.
Yeah.
So,
and we're saying that because Tim's doing cool stuff. So, basically, we'll break it down real quick. We have the Klon type circuit on your right. And then over here, we have kind of a King of Tone type circuit. Since there's only one, maybe a Prince of Tone type circuit, but we have that kind of blues breaker-ish circuit. And there's some features going on with that we'll talk about in a minute. But what we want to do in this video is just kind of hit both sides, maybe hit both sides together. Strat, single coils, some humbuckers. Not really like a demo per se where we're going to twist every knob and show you every possible setting. We just want to see what it sounds like.
Right. So
that's what we're going to do. And I think, we'll let you do the reference to it and then we'll get right into it.
I always forget the year. 2011?
I want to say 2014. But
that too. I always say 11. He says 14. It says he would know. I'm going to go on 2, kind of a classic Strat setting, into the Tylo JT22. I don't know if I'm on yet. We do this just so we can talk about our Morley AB pedal.
Right.
Not because we're not professional. Reverb in the amp, and probably right off camera, a MXR carbon copy. It has just a little slap.
Just a little tidge. So we'll let you start playing, then I'll kick it on. Right now, we have the gain all the way down. We got the output about noon, a little bit over noon, treble a little bit over noon. And we're really just going to run the gain knob so you can hear what it does, especially when there's on a Klon type circuit, when those diodes kick in. We had this conversation earlier, like, why are you turning the gain down? You're not even getting the diodes. Just get the LPB one off the shelf over there and play a moose pedal.
You'll get the $20 pedal over there.
Right.
All right, here we go. Before you forget what the reference tone sounded like. little bright on the top end, 2 on a Strat, but there was a lot of interesting sounds as you went up. Like,
and I stopped at one point and moved just to show that there's a wide range of that tone. That treble knob is like not doing anything. That
was interesting because we didn't quite do it that way before the camera fired up. I'm not just saying, I didn't find really a bad sound in there. I felt every one of those as you went up was like usable, and I tried to play the same thing, try to play the same way. And then when you get closer to the top on the gain, the treble needs to maybe not kill us.
So
same thing on the McCarty.
PRS McCarty. Same kind of thing.
I couldn't resist to just juice the output just a little bit. I'm sure you're probably yawning at that mic.
I
backed the treble down and juiced the output. It sounded huge.
I probably should have had it on the bridge pickup the whole time. I had it up in the neck for most of that. But
sorry, it gives you a variety of what it sounds like at different pickups too. They're responsive to obviously the pickup type.
Yeah, like where would we have it? Just out of curiosity, we have the gain way up right now.
Yeah, we ended. Let me see where that is. Like somewhere in there, maybe.
Just wanted to hear the volume knob. It's a thing. It's a thing. So if we jump over to the
king side,
we have two toggles. I mean, volume, tone, and gain. Volume, tone, drive, whatever. And then we have two toggle switches. The first is a soft and a hard switch. I'm going to flip it down to hard for now. When you flip it to hard, it puts like two diodes at the end, hard clipping diodes. Similar to you find in other pedals. I'm not mentioning them on purpose because I don't want you to think that that's what they are. But two hard clippers at the end. If you flip it to soft, then it engages this switch. And this switch gives you distortion, boost, or OD. OD is going to have more headroom. Mm-hmm. Distortion is going to compress more gainy. And then boost takes all the clippers out. So in that soft clipping side, I think you actually have 4 diodes. Asymmetrical clipping, 2 going one way, 2 going the other way. I think asymmetrical clipping.
I think it's what he said. Well,
I think maybe I just took a chance and tried to sound like we understand that
He's the
stuff.
Editor. He'll have to put something up if he was wrong.
No. Tried to sound like we understand that stuff, but two sets of diodes going different directions. When you go to boost, it cuts the diodes out altogether. So it's just a boost. So like you might want to have the Klon side and then use that side to boost that. If you do that, the only thing you have to be careful of is you don't drive the drive too hard because you'll start to clip or start to distort the transistor, and that doesn't always sound the best.
Right.
Sometimes. Some pedals do that and it sounds good, but maybe not. All right, so we're going to start on the hard side, the hard clipping side. So that takes this switch out of the equation. Let's just do the same thing we did. Let's just start wherever it is, and we'll roll that drive knob around and see what we get.
All right. just went to the bridge just towards the end there, just because it was distorted.
And I did mess with the volume just a little bit when we got the drive up, but when I first kicked it on, I was like, oh, that was not...
Where'd it go?
Yeah, that was not... No change at all, almost.
Right.
But then as you start rolling that up, it really did start to... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do...
All right. Let's do it.
Same kind of thing, I guess. Should I play the same thing, or does it matter?
Whatever you want to play.
Oh.
Look what I did.
What?
Sound good with humbuckers too, and even on the top. Again, I was just tempted to drive the volume, and I did just turn the tone back a little bit. It didn't get ice picky at all.
You know, I rolled the tone the whole way around when you were playing, and even with the tone all the way up. Like sometimes you're afraid to do that.
I was scared. I'll be honest.
It didn't.
I juiced it a little bit, but I didn't go too far.
Yeah, it didn't. I rolled it all the way up when you were playing that. It wasn't like, oh.
Probably would have been a little more amenable to a humbucker than it would be a single coil.
Let's switch it to soft.
All right.
And I guess OD first. We'll do OD and then we'll do distortion.
All right.
Man, there's a lot to cover here. A lot of ground to cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Same kind of thing. Yeah, and I even rolled the tone back a little bit as you were going, but probably could have went a little bit more. It's hard to tell what it's going to come, how it's going to come across though.
Yeah, I found with those humbuckers, you could even juice the volume. I mean, it just gets fatter.
More compression, more gainy, maybe less headroom. Distortion.
Okay. Still taking it all in. There's so much. All right, here we go.
Yeah. It's funny, every time I click it, we take the gain all the way down.
Right.
You click it on, I feel like it like loses a little treble, it comes in a little dull.
Yeah.
But then within like a click or two, you hear that treble come back in. And I mean, I'm sure other pedals do this, but the higher we turn the gain or the drive, the more treble seems to come in. Like,
and I noticed that too. It's almost like when you hit the Klone side, it automatically just adds a little sparkle to it. Like it which is why I sometimes use a Klon the wrong way, because I like that little bit of that sparkle that it's just you turned it on even with the gain down. It just added something. But you're right. It subtracts here, but it quickly makes up for it.
Yeah. Like you first...
It's a tone machine. Like, what do you want? Like, we're trying to figure out how we're going to combine the two, but we got one more to go here, right? Is this you?
That side. Mm-hmm. I really thought I was going to like the OD side of it.
Right.
I really like the distortion side of it. I don't know that we need to necessarily do both guitars, but I think we ought to show the boost feature here. I'm going to turn the drive all the way down, let you play, click it on, let you play, click it on and off, maybe move the drive around, but we don't really want to drive those transit. But I might roll it all the way up just to show you that this is maybe...
not the sound you're looking for.
Right. Right. But it might be. You might like that, which is cool. That's what's cool about this stuff. All right. I don't know, Tim.
It didn't get horrible.
No.
I think we set the bar really low, and it was like, that's great. But no, it started to push the delay a little bit more.
But it didn't.
It didn't sound. No, it didn't sound unusable.
No. Maybe not the sound out of all the other things in the pedal, maybe not the one I'd go for, but no.
But it is the Tim Lewis trick, as I'd like to say. All of his drive pedals have just the boost, because that way you just leave it on your board. Everyone needs a boost.
Every pedal he builds, right?
Now, of course, we just went straight for the Brielle boost, but, that's fine.
But you get the tremolo, and if you don't want a tremolo, flip the switch and you have a boost. You get the...
Honker was the same way.
So
brilliant.
And all that's doing is cutting there's 4 diodes we were talking about. Mm-hmm. It just cuts them all out, and they're not part of the circuit anymore. So that's the hard and soft side, the distortion and the OD, the boost, the Klon side, the Klone side. But that's, not it, because then you have this, you have both of these in the same pedal, so you can start stacking a little bit. And I thought, there's 2 ideas I have. Right now you have it set on the OD side. Some gain. Let you play for a minute. We're going to kick on the Klon side to see what that does. Let you play for, back and forth with that just for a second to see what that sounds like. We're not going to cover all the ground here. We can't. But let's do that first. Okay. Then, real quick, because we can, I want to push this up to boost. Take the drive down a good bit. Bring the volume up. Get kind of a distorted tone here. Okay. And then click the boost on top of this side.
All right. I didn't dislike that.
And then I think when we were doing it, I like the distortion side up, the drive up pretty high. And then I don't know. I'll let you figure out what to do.
Okay. So which way do you want me to go?
I don't care. We got this up pretty high, so we'll start there, and then wherever you want to go.
Okay. All right.
I just need something to play.
there's just so much to it. Like, you could, especially if you played it in a live context, you can figure out which one you'd want to maybe boost for a lead or a little more crunchy rhythm. Chicken, egg, chicken.
Right. Well, and then, you got things like people are... It is kind of a big box, but...
Yeah, right.
I mean, or... So, I mean, it's like 2 pedals.
Mm-hmm. And it's like 5 pedals.
Right. It's like 2, and not to mention it what's the word I'm looking for? It's like 2 pedals, but 1 pedal of what it's maybe a little bigger than one of it, but it's paying tribute to.
Right. Sure. Right. The King of Tone, which there's 2 right there. The King of Tone is about that size, and a Klon is about that size.
I guess I've only ever seen one used as an ashtray, so I'm not really sure.
Because he can't.
Anything to add?
That's amazing concept by Tim and a bold undertaking and the flexibility that he added over here.
Yeah, and for what he's selling them for, I mean, I know they're not easy to put together. There's a lot going on inside of this, and his stuff. It's all him and a soldering iron
and his airline engineering brain and components.
Right. It's always neat and tidy inside. Mm-hmm. So with that, I think, we always take a minute just to say thanks to everybody that's watching, taking the time to hit subscribe, click the notification bell, leave comments. Anytime you interact with the show, it really helps us out. Right down here somewhere is going to be the website. Stop by the website. There's if you want to check out the series and stuff that are going on, it's easy to see it there. There's also a page that has, you might never have too much gear, but sometimes you have to move some to make room for some other, or just to be able to fund getting more pedals in to show. So some of the things that are moving out, we've been putting on the website. Then, of course, if you're into that stuff, reach out, let us know, and we'll work out something with you. So, with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear, especially if it's from TL Pedals.